So whether you recently signed up for the American Express Platinum or Gold card and have finally gotten that welcome bonus and that sign-up offer of either 100,000 or 150,000 membership rewards points, or if you're a seasoned card holder and have been racking up points over the years and are looking to figure out the best ways to take your points a lot further and redeem them for maximum value, what I want to do today is break down for you guys the 6 different ways you can utilize your American Express membership rewards points for maximum value and take you guys through an analysis of what the best ways to utilize these points are for maximum redemption value. So there's many different articles and YouTube videos online that try to pin a specific value to American Express rewards points and how much a singular point is worth. But in my opinion, it's actually what you do with these points to redeem them for the most value that's going to actually define what those points are going to be worth at the end of the day. So the 6 different ways you can redeem your AMEX points I'm going to cover in this video are going to include paying with points at checkout, redeeming your AMEX points for gift cards, utilizing your AMEX points to actually cover your card's current charges, booking or upgrading travel through the American Express travel portal. Then I'm going to cover transferring points to other programs, whether that's with an airline or a hotel chain. And then finally, shopping with your membership rewards points through different AMEX merchant partners. So before I jump into the different ways you can actually redeem your AMEX points, what I want to do is set a benchmark for what we're targeting as the minimum value for each AMEX point. So how I'm going to define this is that we want to get a target value of 1 cent per membership rewards point. So what this means is that if what we're redeeming our points on is giving us a value less than 1 cent per point, it's not a great value. And if what we're redeeming is at 1 cent per point or more, then it's going to be a better value and what we're actually looking for. So the first one I'm going to cover is utilizing paying with points at checkout with different merchants that have a partnership with Amex. You're going to see on this list, there's a couple popular ones, including Amazon, Best Buy, Grubhub, PayPal, and Saks Fifth Ave. Now you'll notice right off the bat that this is not a great way to utilize your membership rewards points. If we do a quick calculation, the point value of $70 per 10,000 membership rewards points comes out to a 0.7 cent per membership reward point value. As we just talked about, what we're targeting is at least 1 cent per point, and so 0.7 is definitely not a great value you're getting, and something I would highly recommend that you do not do, which is paying with points at checkout on any of these platforms. A quick caveat to this, which I covered in my last video, is if the website you're purchasing on gives you a discount because you're paying with points, what you can actually do is just apply 1 point at checkout and it'll give you a discount or percentage off just for paying with a singular point at checkout on their website. So to be specific, on Amazon, there's a promotion for 50% off anything on Amazon up to $120, I believe. And so all you have to do is apply 1 membership point. Let's say it's on a pair of Apple AirPods. And if you get a maximum percentage off of 50% up to $120, you're definitely getting your money's worth there by applying that 1 membership reward point to get that discount. That being said, you don't want to cover the entire purchase with your MR points because once again, that would diminish the value that you could be getting by using your points elsewhere. So hopefully that one's clear. Don't use your points at checkout unless there's a discount that's being applied for utilizing your membership rewards points, in which case you only want to use a singular one. So the next one on this list is redeeming your Amex points for physical gift cards or e-gift cards. Now once again here, you'll see that your maximum point value is $100 per 10,000 MR points. Now as we discussed earlier, this does hit our benchmark of 1 cent per point, but that being said, we're capped at a 1 cent per point maximum. And if you take a look at this list, the only one on here that you're actually getting 1 cent per point up here at the top is the Fairmont Hotels and Resorts, which is a partner of Amex. If you go through the rest of the categories here, you'll see the majority of them are at a 0.5 cent per point valuation, which is absolutely awful. And it's currently not possible to actually redeem your Amex rewards points for more than 1 cent per point with a gift card. So my personal recommendation from this one is that I would not be getting gift cards utilizing your Amex rewards points. Now, while this still is better than covering purchases, which is something I'm going to be covering later in this video, you're not getting a great value with a 1 cent per point redemption because there are better ways to take your points a lot further. Now, the next one on this list, I think, is where most people get caught up, and that's covering your card purchases utilizing your Amex points. Right off the bat, you can see that the value you're getting out of redeeming your points for covering card purchases is abysmal at a 0.6 cent per point valuation. What this means is that if you have a purchase of, let's say, $1,000 and you use 100,000 Amex points to cover that, not even including the opportunity cost of those points that could have been used somewhere else, you're only getting a 0.6 cent per point valuation on that redemption, which is just something that personally I don't think is value you should be getting out of your Amex for paying $700 a year for that annual fee. Now, I don't think there's much point in spending much more time on this, but essentially I think a lot of people find it very easy to use their card's points to cover purchases because it's promoted on the Amex website as well as other places that it makes it very easy to cover those purchases with the point balance that you have. Just be aware that you're not getting a great value if you do this, so I would highly recommend against covering your purchases utilizing your Amex membership rewards points. Now, the next one I want to cover is booking or upgrading travel through the American Express travel portal. Now, when people think about the Amex Platinum, think of it as a travel credit card, and of course the first thing that comes to mind is booking flights or booking hotels and travel with their American Express Platinum card, whether that's through points or with actual purchases and charges on their card. Now, the point value for utilizing your points on Amex Travel or any travel platform is a little bit tricky, and I'll explain why. Although you're getting a 1 cent per point valuation by utilizing those points to purchase a flight on Amex Travel, the problem here is that flights can actually be more expensive by purchasing with points versus an actual cash purchase. I'm gonna give you guys a little example to show you what I mean. So if we go to amextravel.com and we look for a flight from JFK to LAX sometime next month, we're gonna see that the first option here traveling on February 28th is gonna be $185 or 18,542 membership rewards points. Now, if we go to Google Flights and look up the same flight from JFK to LAX on February 28th, what we're gonna see is that with the same carrier on SkyTeam with Delta, that the exact same flight, instead of being $185, is $149. And so if you go and pay with 18,542 membership rewards points valued at 1 cent per point, when if you paid in cash, it would only be $149. And if you cover that purchase with your points at a 1 cent per point conversion, it would only be 14,900 points. So to be clear about this, don't exclusively purchase travel on amextravel.com just because you have an Amex card. While this is probably what they want you to do, this is not, once again, the best way to redeem your points for maximum value. If you just take a look at it from surface level, you're also not getting the best value in terms of the actual purchase price of the tickets themselves, because once again, the flight cost $185 on amextravel.com versus $150, well, less than $150 if you book it directly with Delta. So I would say just be careful with this one. Even though it is a 1 cent per point redemption value, sometimes the flights can be more expensive with points or with cash on amextravel.com. Aside from flights, it's pretty obvious that the rest of these are a terrible value. So I would highly recommend against either booking a hotel, a prepaid rental car, or a cruise, anything like that, just because the cent per point value is already not there. And if you book it through Amex Travel and it's still higher than what you would purchase if you booked on another website, you would just be getting a pretty awful value all around. Now, the next one here is the big one, and that is transferring your membership rewards points to other loyalty programs. This is where you can take your Amex points to the absolute maximum. I think one of the reasons this is the highest value redemption is that it's not exactly the easiest to do, and it takes a little bit of work to transfer your points to another program. But if you have the knowledge for what transfer programs work the best for which flights you're trying to book, this is 100% the best way to redeem your points for maximum value. Now, if we take a look at American Express's travel partners in terms of which programs they allow you to transfer your membership rewards points to, we'll take a look at the airlines first. So we have most of these at a 1-to-1 point transfer, and some of these which are actually a little bit higher, which include Aeromexico, which is a 1-to-1.6 point transfer value. Currently, there's actually an offer going on until the end of the month with Hawaiian Miles that gives you 1-to-1.2, so that's 120% value on your current American Express membership rewards points. And occasionally there'll be offers for specific airlines that they give you a higher point transfer for, which you definitely want to take advantage of, especially if that's an airline or a program that you can utilize to your advantage if there's an upcoming trip that you have that you can book through those points. Now, I want to dive a little bit deeper into why this is the best method to redeem your Amex points for maximum value. So we're going to go with the use case of Delta Airlines and their 1-to-1 point transfer program. So if you take a look here, the estimated transfer time is up to 48 hours, and from my experience, it's been much quicker than that. And the minimum transfer is 1,000 points for 1,000 miles, which is perfectly fine because you can't really go anywhere under 1,000 points anyway. Now, for those of you that prefer Delta as your airline of choice, and you're looking to travel domestically specifically, if we go ahead and look at another JFK to LAX flight on February 28th, and we take a look at the price in US dollars for these flights, we're looking at for basic $149 one way, $189 for main cabin, $439 for Comfort Plus, and $1,349 for Delta One. Now, once again, as we saw earlier, the flights were a lot more expensive on the AMEX travel portal, so that's probably the worst way to book this trip. But specifically for Delta, let's say you've transferred your AMEX membership rewards points over and you're looking to purchase this flight in miles instead of dollars. Let's take a look at the difference here. Now, booking directly with the airline, if we're booking with miles, basic is 12,500 miles or 12,500 membership rewards points if you would transfer that over, plus $6 US. Main cabin is 16,000 MR points. Comfort Plus is 39,000 points. And Delta One is 122,500 points. All four of these flight options, by purchasing them with miles, is cheaper than purchasing them with cash. So I want to highlight once again, the benefit of utilizing your MR points on a transfer platform is not only that you get a good value by transferring them one-to-one, but that booking with miles is oftentimes cheaper through the airline, which you can then take advantage of had you transferred your MR points from Amex over to Delta or any of their other partner airline programs. Now, without going into too much depth, because I am going to make a separate video about utilizing your Amex membership rewards points to book flights for maximum redemption value, one thing I want to call out with transferring your membership rewards points to other loyalty programs is the best value you can get out of these is through international flights on either business or first class. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quick example of how it's such a good value to transfer your Amex points to some of these loyalty partners. So let's say you're looking to book a trip to Europe from North America and you have a ton of Amex points ready to go. If you were to book this flight traditionally, let's say it's on February 28th, and let's say you're looking to go from JFK to LHR, it's going to be minimum $1,000 to fly in business class. If you look here, the majority of the flights are somewhere closer to $1,500 to $2,000 and upwards from there. Now, from our chart earlier, if you remember, transferring points to Etihad is 1,000 points for 1,000 Etihad guest miles. The beauty of this program with Etihad is that they have a partnership with many common airlines, including American Airlines, Air Canada, ANA, and many other platforms that fly across the world from many different departure and arrival destinations. If you dig a little bit deeper into their website, you can find this chart on Etihad Guest that gives you the values of these point redemptions for miles based off of different locations. So if we look at this chart for North America, if we were to travel, let's say from North America to Europe on business class, which is going to be this third row here, you can see that it's 50,000 miles to travel in business class from North America to Europe. If we consider that 50,000 miles is a 1 cent per point transfer, that would mean that this is 50,000 Amex membership rewards points, which is equivalent to roughly $500 US. That is less than half of what it would cost you to book this flight traditionally, not using miles without a transfer platform. Once again, this is one of the many ways that the transfer partners for miles with Amex points is the best way to utilize and redeem your Amex rewards points for the best and most value. Like I said, that was just a quick example. I'm going to make another video going much more into depth with many different options, utilizing your Amex travel points to transfer to different partners and do a complete guide on that. But for the purpose of this video, hopefully it's clear that utilizing your Amex membership rewards points to transfer to loyalty partnership programs is by far and without a doubt the best way to utilize your MR points. After covering that, it's hardly worth it to even go over shopping with Amex points because this is the worst possible way you can utilize them. You'll see that it's a 0.5 cent per point value. So regardless of how good that merchant partner is, just do not go shopping with your Amex points because if it isn't clear already, there are much better ways to utilize your MR points to take you a lot further. One quick thing I want to cover with regards to transferring your Amex points to hotel partners is that you'll see here that even though it looks lucrative to transfer your Amex points for a 2x value by moving them over to Hilton Honors, which is one of the Amex partners, the problem with this, once again, is the actual purchase price with points once you get to the portal with Hilton to purchase a reservation on their website. What I mean by this is that even though you're getting 2x points that then go a lot further with Hilton, it's going to cost you more points to purchase the same hotel that you otherwise would with cash that has the equivalent point value. So I'll give you guys a quick example. If we go to Hilton.com and we're looking for a hotel in Hawaii from the 28th of February to the 1st of March, and we're looking here at the different options, let's say this Hilton Grand Vacations Club Grand Waikiki in Honolulu. So it's $409, which is the non-refundable Hilton Honors discount rate. Now, if we click on use points here at the top, it jumps from $409 to nearly 200,000 points per night. So if we do the quick calculation, 200,000 points per night, if we had transferred that over from Amex membership rewards points, that would have been 100,000 because it's a 1 to 2 point transfer rate. Even with 100,000 membership rewards points, $409 is still less than half of what it should cost, with the point value being at 1 cent per point. With it being nearly 200,000 membership rewards points per night for this reservation, the cash price of $409 per night is less than a quarter of the cost that would be to use your membership rewards points transferred over to book this hotel. So once again, just to be crystal clear, it is not a great value to utilize your Amex reward points to transfer them over to their hotel partners, especially for certain hotel chains. So there you guys have it. Those are the primary methods in which you can utilize and redeem your Amex membership rewards points for different things and which ways are better than others. A quick note, if you guys don't already have an Amex Platinum or an Amex Gold for whatever reason and you're looking to sign up, do not utilize the link you can find on Google because that is probably the worst offer you can get, which is somewhere around 80,000 or 100,000 points for the Platinum card. If you're looking to get 150,000 membership rewards points for your Amex Platinum or a 90,000 point bonus for your Amex Gold, so you can utilize some of these redemptions that we talked about in this video, I've dropped my referral links down below, which to be clear, don't add much benefit to me because I've already referred 2 people that I actually know personally to these cards, and you can only refer up to a maximum of 2 people, although the benefit still exists for the person that's actually signing up for the card. So as long as I can help you guys out and give you an extra bump on that point bonus, especially when you're signing up, that's definitely what we're going for here on this channel. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, comment if you guys have any questions, and stay tuned for that next video I'm gonna make about utilizing your Amex membership rewards points to actually book travel and those transfer partners to get the maximum value out of flying utilizing your Amex rewards points. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.